I'm going to demonstrate how to properly set up an ATC for belay. So this is your ATC and this is your carabiner. So what you're going to do is grab your rope. This is just a small example of a rope. I'm going to make a loop and stick it on this side of the ATC and bring it all the way down to this hole. Then you're going to get your carabiner if you're the belayer. You're going to attach it to both the ATC and the rope, and then you are going to twist this up and make sure that it's secure and also attached to your harness. And that is how you would set up an ATC for belaying. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to tie in using a figure 8 through knot. So this is a small piece of rope. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but you would normally want to get the length of your arm out in front of you, and then you're going to act like you're tying a regular knot, but instead of turning once, you're going to turn twice, and then pull this through, and there you have your figure 8. And so this is out in front of you, and you're going to loop this through your harness from the bottom through the top, and then you're going to grab this end of the rope and you're going to trace the figure 8 knot that you just made. Didn't pull that through enough. And how you are going to check that you did this right is you're going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and before you begin to climb, your belayer is also going to check that this is 10 ropes. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to tie a few knots that are very important in rock climbing. The first one is the clove hitch. And what you do is you get the rope like that, and you also get it like that. This one's actually pretty simple, but it can take a few tries. So you'll have it like that, then you'll get the rope. Oops, I twisted it wrong, I think. It goes this way. There we go, like that. And then you will go like that and pull your rope like so, and this would be something that it would be hooked on, but as you can see, that's a clove hitch. Next, we are going to demonstrate a double fisherman's knot, and you're going to have your rope like this, and you're going to get this piece here, going to tie or wrap it around a couple times in order to create an X like that. And then you're going to get this rope end and pull it through. So you have that. That's a 1 fisherman knot. And to double it, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Make the X, pull it through. There's your fisherman's knot. And what they would do with this is pull it tight that way or this way. It just can cinch on things. So that is your double fisherman's knot. Our next knot is going to be a girth hitch, which you would leave the double fisherman's knot right here, and you would hook this around something by pulling this through, and there is your girth hitch. The next knot that I'm going to show you guys is a water knot, and how you do this is you just tie a regular knot, and what you're going to do this time is you're going to trace this knot with this end, and there is your water knot. And you typically wouldn't be doing this with rope like this, you would do it with webbing. Alright, and next knot is going to be overhand on a bight. So you grab the rope and you have a bight, and you're going to simply just tie a regular knot by pulling the bight through like that, and that would be able to hook onto something. And then our next knot is going to be a figure 8 on a bight. You're going to need a little bit more rope for this one. And so you would twist it not once, but twice. And then you're going to pull that through. I probably didn't give this one enough space. Let me do that again. 1, 2, and then pull this through, and you're going to have your figure 8 on a bite. And then our next one is a bowline. Okay, this is our last knot called the bowline. I'm going to demonstrate around my ankle here. So you're going to get this rope, wrap it around something, and then what you would do is have your rope like that, make a loop where this one is going under, and you're going to grab this end of the loop and you're going to go under, around this end, and then back through. And there is your bowline. Now I'm going to tell you commands that are crucial when rock climbing. When you are ready to belay, you're going to communicate with the belayer by saying on belay. And then the belayer is going to then say belay on. Now when you first begin to climb, you're going to say climbing, and then the belayer will respond with climb on. Once you're at the top of the climb and you're ready to rappel down, you're going to say take, and the belayer will then reply with gotcha, and then you are going to say ready to lower, and the belayer will respond with lowering. And some other important commands that are needed to know for rock climbing are slack. And when you need slack in the rope, because it's too tight, you will just yell slack. When you are climbing and you loosen a rock and it begins to fall, you will yell rock, so the belayer and anyone down below can be prepared for the rock that's falling. And if you are tossing down a rope from the top of a climb, you're going to yell rope so people can watch out for the rope. If you feel that you need to be watched when you're climbing because you feel that you could fall, you're going to tell your belayer, watch me, so they are paying attention to you. And then the last one is, of course, falling. If you are falling on a climb, scream falling, and your belayer can then break and make sure to catch your fall. Now I'm going to demonstrate opposite and opposed, and since I only have one carabiner, I'm going to have to explain how opposite and opposed works. So with opposite and opposed, you will typically use that when you have two carabiners that aren't locking, and this mechanism compensates for the fact that they don't lock. So if you had two carabiners that don't lock, what you would do is have the second carabiner, this gate would be on this side, and this neck would be on this side, and then the top of the carabiner, the second carabiner, would be on this side, and the bottom of the second carabiner would be on this side. So it would be opposites and opposed. And then you would have two, and the rope would be going on two, and that would just ensure that if any of the gates were to open, that the other would compensate for it and your rope would not slip out.